The Victoria Falls, a major cash cow for the Zimbabwe government. 550,000 cubic meters of water plummet over the edge every minute. It's a crowd puller, especially with overseas visitors. But shaking off the country's negative image is proving a hard sell for politicians.
It's the exogenous factors, externally induced political perception. If you come in and bioscope us here, we're a very peaceful nation, we're at peace with each other, but there are other people out there who wish us the opposite. If they could just leave us alone for a moment, we'll get our act together and we'll be the best nation in Southern Africa.
Officials are trying to fight what they call a smear campaign from those they believe want the unity government to fail. They seem to be making headway. Tourists are slowly trickling back.
August so far was the busiest of us. Of them all. We had a lot of tourists coming through. Other countries had stopped coming to Zimbabwe for the past 5 or so years. They have started coming again. And right now we are already busy signing new contracts for the people who had stopped supporting Zimbabwe since 2000.
But it's still not the huge numbers last seen a decade ago. Those visiting love Zimbabwe's beauty, but complain its generally dilapidated infrastructure is frustrating.
You don't know what you're going to encounter and you don't want to be stuck and have issues either coming in or coming out. So that's kind of one of the things that I personally I'm willing to take, but I wouldn't bring my family or my mother or my brothers to come in and do it.
For others, it's about who's still in charge. President Robert Mugabe.
Well, they feel it's still a dictatorship, and they're scared to come to a country that's a dictatorship that uses force to stay in power. And they're here on holiday, and they don't want to have to worry about those things.
A decade ago, Zimbabwe earned $250 million in revenue from tourism. Since then, political instability has seen the country lose millions, and thousands of people working in the leisure and tourism industry laid off.
Jumping off a 100-meter bridge is said to be a major tourist attraction here. When business was at its peak, 100 people would jump a day. At its worst, tour operators say they were lucky to get 10 people jumping a month. This is said to be the best experience of your life.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bungee!
Official figures reveal that Zimbabwe has earned over $100 million from tourism since the coalition government was formed in February 2009. But the uneasy alliance between President Mugabe and Prime Minister Tsvangirai is still a concern for some international travelers. Analysts say more needs to be done to entice tourists to come to Zimbabwe, and especially here at the site of one of the most spectacular natural wonders of the world. Haru, Mutasa, Jazeera, Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe.